All right, y'all. Let me show y'all how to set up Tradingview real quick. Um, I recommend using Tradingview from like a computer or a laptop, but if you don't have one, you can also do it from your phone. Um, if y'all need, I'll just try to point out where things are on the phone. I mean, it's the same thing, but I'll try to point out where it is on the phone. If not, I'll just have to make a video off of the phone. Um, so let's see if we can zoom in. So right here you can select multiple charts. The max I do is two. I will end up getting to four here pretty soon, but I just need to upgrade my plan again. So on a regular one, I think you can only do one, but if you upgrade the plan, you can do multiple. So first thing, let's go to a ticker that I don't have anything on. Meta. Oh, I got drawings on Meta. Let's see. Let's do Amazon. SPX. All right. So first thing we got is let's just act like it's a blank chart. So y'all's chart will probably look like this to start off. If you're on computer, let's just start with the basics. Let's say you're zoomed all the way in. Instead of having to zoom all the way out, you can just right click and hit reset chart view. So like if we're zoomed down on the daily and we switch over to the 5 minute, we can hit reset chart view and it'll kind of zoom in for us. To navigate the charts or to move around, you can zoom in with the X and Y axis. Um, so this is how you zoom out to a bigger time frame. So if we switch over to the day, reset chart view, um, and zoom out to the bigger time frame, just using this X and Y axis. Same thing with the phone. Uh, you can zoom out. As far as the reset chart view, if you're on your phone, you go to the bottom right, like right here. If you can see my, let's see, right here. This little arrow right here. You can, um, you can click this button. It's on the phone as well, and hit reset price scale. That's how you do the right click reset on the phone. Um, Then we have different little indicators. So you also have hotkeys from them. The only three I use is trend line, and horizontal ray. So trend line, you can basically draw whatever you want, like 2 points. You have this reset button here, or the undo button to go back on things. Like I said, there's hotkeys for everything on here. You just gotta explore, set up your hotkeys. So this is what I use to make like a trend line. As far as the horizontal line, if you find a major level, you can just do a horizontal line. And what that does is it puts it across the whole page. Then you have a horizontal ray, which this just goes from wherever you click. So if I click right here, it's just going to go from here all the way to the right. It's not going to go to the left as well. So that's what I use to mark like the higher days, higher days, market high, market low. That's what I use for that. You can also change the color on them. If you click it, you can change the color. You can add a text to it. So if I want to say like support, you can add that to it and it'll pop up. You can change the color, change the thickness of the line. I like the one line dash, blah, blah, blah. Y'all can look around and mess with that. Um, Same thing with the trend line, same thing with everything. So that's the main things I use in that over here. And I won't go into detail really of what these are just yet. I'll do it in the future. But like right here, you have the Fibonacci tool. You can use that. That kind of helps with your levels and trades and stuff. Like I said, I'll go over it one day. Fibonacci retracement is the only thing I really use in that box. You got long position and short position. So on this is for if you're in some calls, you'll use this for calls, and it just basically marks your risk to reward ratio. So for this is the starting point. 23% is your risk. This is your reward up here. Your risk to reward risk to reward ratio is 4. So for every dollar you're risking, you're making 4. That just helps when you're in trades. Um, Same thing for short position. Then you have the brush. You can just kind of draw with this. Like if y'all see me when I circle my entry and exit points, that's what this is. Like I said, you can mark your chart up however. Uh, that's the main things on that. So let's get into the indicators. And like I said, everything is the same on the phone. Uh, you just got to find the button and it all makes sense. So the indicators I use, you'll go over here to indicators. You can star them if you like, or you can leave them out. So first I use, just type in EMA and it'll pull it up. So moving average, you can add that. You can only have a certain amount of EMAs, or you can only have a certain amount of indicators depending on your plan. Um, so let's delete all of these so I can re-add them and show y'all how it works. Boom. So let's go indicator. We got EMA. We'll add 3 of these. So I like to use so once you add them, you go over here to this little settings wheel. For the first one, I use 8 EMA. This is my like day trading, scalping EMA. I like green on mine for the 8. I just use the line. The only thing I change is the color and the length. So we'll add that. Then we'll go to the second one. The second one I like using is 21 EMA. I like for my 21 EMA to be yellow. Hit OK on that. And the third EMA I use is the 200 EMA. You can also use the 50, the 100 EMA, but that's for more swing trading. Right now, I'm just doing, I just do day trades pretty much, so I don't need those EMAs as well. So those are the main EMAs I use. All right, so the next one is VWAP, volume weighted average price. So for my VWAP settings, I like to do, I like to have VWAP above 1 day. I mean, you could leave it unchecked or checked. The only thing is I change a source to this H plus L plus C 3. Over here in style, I take off the upper and lower bands. I leave all of that normal. I leave it blue, and that's pretty much it for VWAP. VWAP shows you, like I said, I'll explain this in a future time, but VWAP just shows you pretty much with VWAP, and you can't go off one indicator, right? But above VWAP, you're usually gonna see uptrend. When you fell below VWAP, that's when you'll see downtrend. Like I said, you can't just go off of that, but it's another tool you use while trading. So that's your indicators. Let's see, rectangles. I use rectangles for like supply and demand. So you just go over here, select rectangle, and you drag it from one point to the next. And on the rectangles, you can change the outer lines to whatever color, and you can also change the inside of it to whatever color. And what else do we have? See, we went over to reset chart view. Oh, the background. So if you right click on the computer, on the phone, let's see. On the phone, you have to go to that little settings icon right down here. And then you hit more settings and it'll pull this up. So you can change, like if y'all don't like how I have the white background, you can change it. I think the default is black, but you can change it to whatever background you want. This is how you can change your candle colors. You can do whatever you want to your chart. There's no right way to set up how you like your chart to look. The main thing is just kind of the indicators and how to navigate. Oh, I almost forgot one. The last indicator is volume. Just type in volume and it's this one right here. And volume shows you, you see I already had it, but volume shows you this, it shows you the volume coming in. So, you know, if it's like this, low volume, you don't want to trade during this because it'll just be a whole bunch of choppiness. Like the trade I took today, let's see, I got in right here. Brush, brush, brush. I got in right here and I got out of my trade right here. I should have held in. Today should have been a way bigger day than what it was, but I just took my profits. I was already up a lot. Um, but I should have held in. Um, and you see right here, the volume just kind of died out. Like at first, it was a lot of volume. These moves happen quick. Every candle is a so every candle I have selected is 5 minutes. If you change it up here, you can change it to 15 minutes. You know, 1 hour, one day, whatever it is. So let me go over this real quick. I trade on the 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and one day. I would recommend starting all of those. I chart on the higher time frames. And then, like I said, I day trade and scalp. So I trade on the 5 minute. And once again, I'll go over all of this in the future. Right now, it's just a matter of setting it up and knowing how to use it. Um, so yeah, volume is important because uh, that kind of depends on how your trading is gonna go. I think that's everything on here. You can name it. You can click this to add a watch list. Blah blah blah. But those are the main things for Tradingview. Like I said, we'll continue adding on to it. I'll make it make sense more. Today was just giving the basics of how to set it up, and we'll keep learning. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we're gonna make this money.